All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, for the second time in the last 3 years, the San Francisco 49ers have begun the season with a mark of 2-0. And just like it was in 2019, the Niners have begun this campaign with a pair of road wins in the Midwest and Eastern regions. Now, last week we saw the 49ers hold on versus the Detroit Lions. And yesterday it was a defensive effort en route to the 17-11 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, in the first two games of this season for San Francisco, we have seen veteran quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo throw for more than 500 yards and, most importantly, zero interceptions. It's been a running back by committee. We've seen the injuries. Raheem Mostert is out for the season. Trey Sermons in the concussion protocol. Elijah Mitchell is dinged up. But the 49ers pride themselves on their running attack, and they have to get some healthy guys at that position. I mean, if at the rate that the Niners are running out of running backs, you'd have to wonder if Ricky Waters and Roger Craig are going to get a call anytime soon to come suit up for them. But, nonetheless, we see what Garoppolo is doing, especially with wide receiver Deebo Samuel. And for anybody out there who has Deebo Samuel on their fantasy team, I'm sure they're happy because he's racking up yards and points right now. But nonetheless, I expected Jimmy G to have a solid season for the 49ers because, like I said in the preseason, he knows what time it is in San Francisco. The 49ers used a top 5 pick on quarterback Trey Lance. He is the future. Make no mistake about it. So Jimmy G is going to be locked in this year to have the best season possible for him because he knows that he's no longer the long-term guy in San Francisco, but he still has the opportunity to audition for another team for the 2022 season. The return of Nick Bosa also helps this team a lot. He was out last year. The Niners lost him in week 2 to an ACL injury. He's back in a big way. He had 2 sacks yesterday of Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. And as all of those elements go, the Niners running game, their pass rush, it's going to really change the specter of what this team can do this season. We saw the Niners compete last year, but it was so tough, especially in that division. We saw 2 teams make the playoffs last year. The Cardinals came close to being the third. And, once again, you're going to have a case more than likely where multiple teams from the NFC West will make the postseason. The Rams are 2-0, the Niners are 2-0, and the Cardinals are 2-0, and the Seahawks are 1-1. So early on this season, obviously there's no separation, but the Rams are a Super Bowl contender. The Cardinals are an up-and-coming team. So if you're the Niners, and of course, the Seahawks are 1-1, and anybody thinks the Seahawks are just going to roll over, think again. But the thing is, if you're the Niners, you're going to have to bring it every single Sunday. And more importantly, when you have a division as tough as the NFC West is this year, you have to make sure to take care of your business in those contests outside of the division. It's going to be one of those where we saw the strong start that the Niners got off to in 2019 en route to going to the Super Bowl when they won their first 8 games. I don't see that scenario this time around. Not to say that they're not going to be good, but the thing is, the schedule is a lot tougher than it was for them a couple of years ago. They've got Green Bay this Sunday at home on Sunday night. I know that at halftime tonight, Green Bay was losing at home to Detroit, but you can never count out the Packers with Aaron Rodgers on the center. After that, in week 4, the 49ers host Seattle, and then they're on the road to take on Arizona in week number 5. So you're looking at it, and we expected them to bounce back, and they have so far because the 49ers simply were just decimated with injuries on both sides of the ball in 2020, and it really took away from their opportunity to get back to the postseason. I like what they're doing so far. Kyle Shanahan, their head coach, is sticking to the blueprint, and it's kind of the blueprint for success that they had a couple of years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. I look at it like this. I love the connection that we're seeing so far with Jimmy G and Deebo Samuel. I love the Niners' ability to run the football, and I love Nick Bosa's ability to get after opposing quarterbacks. And the thing is, just like it was 2 years ago for the 49ers, one thing that they know how to finish games. And you saw it yesterday when that Niners pass rush needed it, or when that Niners defense needed to stop. Nick Bosa was right there to make that key play. When they needed to make a big drive early on in the first half to shut that crowd up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Jimmy G put it together. So I think the components are there for this 49er club to be a playoff team. It's a solid start for them to 2021. But like I said, that division is so tough with the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. It's going to be a war of attrition in the NFC West this season. But the Niners have gotten off to a good start. They have to be feeling good about themselves. And of course, for their sake, there is still plenty work to be done for this season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.